again, people. So we are in what they call the REM room, right?
Yep.
So this is where the patients would come and they would try to make them remember things from their past. We never come into this place on the Monday on the walk around. This is the first time I've been into this room. Okay, and it has a very, very different feel. Not a bad feel. It's not negative, is it? It just has
no, but there's
a
presence.
vibe.
You can feel a presence here.
Yeah. I'll just do a little bit of a. I'll show you around a little bit once the camera goes into focus, which is not going into focus, which is slightly odd. There we go. Yeah. So, crazy mannequin. You know how much I love them. So these are just old bits and pieces to try and help people remember, like their past. It's, you know, so you get the idea. Now this has got a very big interest to me because of what happened with Ryan and Sky. So I'm going to let Richard start. I'm just going to sit here, observe, and see what happens.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to tell you a little bit of who I am. I'm Richard. I'm here tonight with Dave, and together with Sky and Ryan, we've been here tonight trying to contact any spirits that may be present in the building. So first of all, we just do some really, really simple, straightforward things. If there is anybody in the room, I wonder if you could give me a sign that you're here. So either maybe move that pram that's there, just make it rock, just touch it. Okay, so that might be quite difficult for you to move. How about if you just knock or make a noise like this? Okay, not hearing anything from you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a little device which I have on my phone. You can use this to communicate with me. Okay, so if there is any spirits present in this room, you can use this device, and I think Ryan used something similar in here earlier, so you may already know how to do this. So I'm going to switch that on a minute now, and we'll see if you can give me any information on there.
Number 9. Good old number 9. Oh, it already gave me the shivers.
Why?
Don't know, something about this room.
Where does this go to?
That's the staircase.
To what?
Is there anyone in this room that can talk to us peacefully? Make communication with us? Can you give us any signs? This guy's getting signal in the bathroom. That's me. Nothing.
No, nothing.
Can you make a noise? Give us a sign.
Wars.
Wars? We've got wars up in this room. Is there anything else you wish to speak to us about? Any other words you can communicate with us? Any sounds you can make? Any knocking like this? I'm not feeling much in this room.
No, not really.
We're getting a few words, but I got more shivers from the room downstairs than I did
In
from this
12A.
room. 12A.
Me too.
12A was a worse room. Double.
Double.
Come on, speak to me. Panel. Panel. What's behind the panel? Madison. Is Madison behind the panel? Pain. Is there anything else you wish to speak to us about? What's behind the panel? Can you tell me what's behind the panel? You've given me a name, Madison. Can you give me anything else? to the other side.
Okay, so if there is anyone here, you can see this little device that I'm using. Try and communicate with me through this.
I'm going to try one thing, Richard.
Yeah,
Just going to turn my torch off just for a minute. See.
okay. That's good. That's good. I know you're in here. I can sense you. Are you connected to this old pram? Basket.
Basket. Basket.
Ah, okay.
Basket.
Basket.
Any other baskets in here? No, there's a basket.
Okay, I see the basket. Do you want me to look in the basket? I'll go towards the basket. So in the basket, there's a box. Is there something in the box? So in the box is all wool and scissors.
Do you like to knit?
Perhaps it was knitting. You're here with me, aren't you? Line.
Line?
Line. So there's that, which looks like it would be a line. Yeah, something to do with that. I don't know, you're going to need to give me a little more information. Session.
Session?
Yes, you've already done one session, I guess, of this. Keep trying.
Remember session. Remember session.
Remembrance, yeah.
It's the remember. It's to remember.
Yeah.
She's coming in for a remembering session.
Yeah. Did you like it in here? Was it good fun in here? Who did you see when you were in here? Do you remember any names? You like the basket, don't you? Definitely get more feedback. Shop.
Shop?
Did there used to be a little shop here, or perhaps you had a connection to a shop? Plane. Plane. Can't see any planes in here.
What's close by?
Yeah,
What's close by?
Middle Wallop. Did you perhaps fly a plane? Do you mean an aeroplane?
Oh, you gotta remember, like I said, we're in the remembrance room. Maybe if there's any spirits here, they're trying to remember.
Yeah.
They're trying the hardest. Maybe I'm not. I'm just. It's only speculation. I'm only guessing, but.
Okay. You're drifting away from us. Give us some more signs. You're doing really well. I can't find a plane anywhere. But maybe the connection is because we're close to Middle Wallop. I'm just looking. can't see any planes in the papers. Yeah, you here again? Back over by the basket? Perhaps down here?
Can you just tell us anybody's name or a name that seems familiar to you?
Do you remember any names? Do you remember this room? Do you remember this table? It's in front of me. Perhaps you sat here. Wrist.
Wrist?
Did you hurt your wrist? Whoa. Come on, give me a little bit more. I don't understand. Screening.
Screening.
Screening. In that room, is it the screen?
Is there a screen in there?
Screen in there.
Is there a screen in there, is there?
Do you remember the projector?
Oh my god, there's a projector!
Yeah? Did you have the light to come in here? And watch things on the projector? Yeah? Just tell me. Again, if it's hard to communicate on here, you can knock. It's okay to knock or make a noise or move something. Measure.
Measure?
Measure. In the kitchen? Did you like it in the kitchen here? So
this is the thing, like we're getting a lot of
the old scales? Use those to measure, yes. Definitely. Yeah, they were electrical. Electrical. So yeah, there's lots of electrical
I'm
things.
getting a vibe.
Whoa.
Getting a vibe.
So electrical. What was it you liked electrical in here? You've got washing machines, microwave, toasters.
That's a complete either there's something trying to communicate with us, or that is a complete coincidence.
Convey.
Convey?
What are you trying to convey to us? What is it you want us to understand? Come on, you're doing so well. You've given us lots here.
I'm going to come out with it.
Please give us some more. Or do you want us to convey something to someone? Do you want us to give a message to someone? Can you tell us your name? Can you tell us the name of anyone you remember in this room? Any names at all? Well, perhaps it was your name. Perhaps it was the name of someone you remember in this room. Human. Human.
Right. Before we go any we're getting a lot of words coming through on this, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not hugely, like, kind of a believer in these apps.
No.
Right? I'm not. I'll be honest.
No,
I'm
that's
not.
fine.
But there are some words that are coming through here Now, this could be the biggest coincidence ever. It says basket. There's a
Yeah.
basket in here.
Yeah.
Project or screening, projector.
Yeah.
You walk into the kitchen, it goes electrical.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not a huge believer in them, but at this moment,
Just seems to be more than a coincidence, doesn't it?
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it is paranormal. I can't ever say it's paranormal.
No.
But it's intriguing.
It's very intriguing.
Very intriguing indeed, because there are either really big coincidence, you know what I mean, or there is something just trying to maybe communicate.
So you're over by the basket again, aren't you? You're moving around. He bad.
He bad?
He bad.
Who's bad?
Who's bad?
Am I bad for sitting? How about?
Dave bad? Is he sat in your chair?
Am I sat in your chair?
Do you want Dave to get out of your chair? Or is someone else bad? Tell us who's bad.
Because I haven't got any film footage of the words that were coming through on your phone. Damn.
Okay. I can show you them at the end. Cause it's
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
That's good.
I can show you what's come through.
Cool.
Okay, come on, give us a name. We just want one name. Who's bad? Tell me who's bad. Wisdom, that's not a name. Top. You're not making sense now. I don't understand anymore. These are just random words now.
That's the thing, see. Like I said, some very specific words come out.
Yeah.
And then some random words coming out.
We've got evil in this room.
And the doorway. It's very active here.
Is there anything else you wish to say to us? Anything at all? Alone. Slave. Violent.
I just got shivers then.
So did I.
Did you?
Can you give us any other sign? Can you do any knocking? Like that?
Okay.
12A. Is there any more words you wish to share with us? about in this room? This used to be Tracy's office. That's weird. There's a stairwell. It's like a stairwell going up. I don't know where that is though.
It's got to be directly down here, right?
Well, that's the problem. There's nothing above here. Maybe it's just the roof pitch.
Hurry.
Huh?
Hurry.
Hurry. Case. So the person who stayed in this room was a royal.
Really?
Yeah. Part of the royal family. Nothing in there. Saw. Adam was doing a lot of sawing in there.
When the resident was in there.
Yeah. He was doing all the doors.
That's the first thing I thought as well. I didn't think saw as in saw something. I saw it as in
cutting,
saw,
yeah. And look, this is where Adam was cutting all his wood. All in this room.
Windows open.
Been in here once before tonight. I felt a presence. I sensed something. Wasn't scared of it. It kind of took me by surprise. Okay, and it did. It took me very much by surprise, and I got drawn back here just because of the sensation and feeling that I had in it. So I'm going to do this very slightly different to what Richard did. Okay, I'm going to try and communicate with you in other ways instead of using that the device that Richard was using. In my hand, this detects heat. Okay, I'm going to be using this. Okay, so I'm going to ask you at a certain point to try and manifest yourself in a certain area of this room. I'm going to see if I can pick you up, but I'm going to be asking you questions. So I hope that's okay. So I'm just about to get started. So like I said, my name's Dave. Here with the greatest amount of respect, and I just want to try and ask you a few questions to see if you're here. So if there is anybody here, can you give me a sign? And the sign could be whether you try and talk to me so I can hear your voice, or you can give us a knock or a couple of knocks saying that if you are here, can you knock twice on something like this? Okay. Just a second ago, we were talking about a basket. In the top of this basket, there was some, if I remember correctly, some walls, right? Like sewing. Why is there a heat source coming off this? What is that? Heat source. The heat source coming off there. Right in the middle. Just there. What is that? Okay, it's a bit of metal reflecting. Okay, so there's some walls, sewing stuff here. Did you used to use this? If so, can you give us a sign? A couple of knocks? Got ideas. I'll come back to this. Okay. I'm going to do it differently. I want to try and see if I can. Okay. There's some very there's some questions that I want to ask, and I want to know if I can hear a voice. Okay. And the questions become apparent. Any second. Two floods. Those floods get closer. Yeah. We'll go looking. Okay. So in my hand, I have a. I'm hearing stuff. Okay, so in my hand, this is what they call a digital recorder. This can be used in a way where if you speak into this, I'll be able to actually hear your voice. Okay? I'm hoping that you want to communicate with me. I'm actually generally quite excited. I'm going to try and kneel down, but I'm getting old, so this is not going to go well. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't bring out my words. I have to recompose myself on it.
It's okay.
Okay, so in my hand, like I said, I got a recorder. This is called a digital recorder. I'm going to press record, and I'm going to ask a few questions. Okay, all I need you to do is to talk into the red light. Okay, then I'm going to play it back, and hopefully I'll be able to hear your voice. So I'm going to press record. 3, 2, 1. There's a red light. Did you used to enjoy doing sewing or knitting? Did it help you? Is this something you used to do when you were younger, or is it something to help you through your day while being here? The reason why I'm asking these questions is that my sister has mental health issues, and she absolutely loves knitting. She absolutely loves it. You know, she'll wake up in the morning and start knitting. She started doing scarves. She's made a jumper, and she really, really enjoys it. And it really helps her get through her day to distract her mind, okay, to do with her mental health issues. Is it something that you go to like your happy place? If it is, I get it. I understand it. I really, really do. But if there is any other spirits in here as well that are trying to communicate with us, please come and say hello into this device. I'm going to stop it there.
Okay, so we're recording again now.
Okay, so now I'm going to... Oh, excuse me. I feel weird.
Do you think the temperature's dropped?
Slightly. It's not as warm in there as
No.
what it was. I just feel really off. Really off. It's the weirdest feeling ever. So I'm going to replay back
Okay.
from now. So it's a red light. Did you used to enjoy doing sewing or knitting? Did it help you? Is this something you used to do when you were younger, or is it something to help you through your day while being here? The reason why I'm asking these questions is that my sister has mental health issues, and she absolutely loves knitting. She absolutely loves it. You know, she'll wake up in the morning and start knitting. She started doing scarves. She's made a jumper, and she really, really enjoys it. And it really helps her get through her day to distract her mind. Okay, to do with her mental health issues. Is it something that you go to like your happy place? If it is, I get it. I understand it. I really, really do. But if there is any other spirits in here as well that are trying to communicate with us, please come and say hello into this device. I'm going to stop it there. Okay, so we've just left the Ren room, isn't it?
Yeah.
The remember room. I had to leave there quite abruptly because I started feeling a bit sick. Instant headache at the back of my head. Temperature dropped in there.
Yeah.
We didn't record that bit of it because something came over me. Richard's felt the desire that he needs to go back downstairs. Now, I'm not saying anything paranormal was actually happened in there, but I also know how I felt.
Yeah.
And I felt off. I felt wrong. I don't know, I wouldn't say I disturbed anything. I just felt like emotional.
I just felt like I wanted to get out of there.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
That's the best I can put it.
Yeah.
As well. It's just like, it got to a point where I had to get out. I don't know why, I don't understand why, but I didn't really want to stick around there because it's starting to make me feel really uncomfortable. So I'll let you know in an hour or two how I feel later. Okay, so we're at the end of the night and we finished the investigation for tonight. We've all had different experiences tonight. I'm just going to quickly run through some of the experiences I had, and I'll just let them just run through what they had. For me, it was mainly vibes that I was getting. The last part of the investigation, as in up in the REM room, is the most uncomfortable I felt all night. I felt sick, I needed to get out of there, I was feeling some sort of emotion, and it was just a very, very weird feeling, as you saw from the clip, and I just needed to get out, and it pretty much kind of concluded the investigation for me, because I wouldn't say it was negative, whatever it was. I was just saying that it just made me feel slightly uncomfortable, and I felt, for me, personally, it was a good time to actually kind of end the investigation for me, myself. Other parts of the night were just interesting, and there were a lot of vibes and just a lot of sensations, with some interesting things coming through on those, on the apps, on the phone. So for me, if I was to conclude tonight, I can't say that anything that I experienced today was paranormal, but I would say I found some things very, very interesting which have sparked my interest in this place a lot more. Richard?
Yeah, I think for me, two things. The top room, room 9, when we were up there, using the little phone app up there. I mean, I'm a bit like you. I don't necessarily always believe that the phone apps are accurate in as much as they just spout words. But the words that we were getting up there started to connect and make sense. And I'll be very interested to find out if that name has any connection to that room. And then again, when we were in the REM room, that was very strange. The same as you, towards the end, started to feel quite nauseous, quite sick. Some odd connections in there with that basket and that sewing box, you know. Okay, basket, it's a random word, but the fact was there were baskets in the room. And there seemed to be a connection to that basket. 2 or 3 times we went back and it kept drawing us back to that basket. which I found quite interesting.
Just on another point, just before I pass it on, is that I'm just going to make a good point, which Richard said. The phone app that we use today, I'm not 100% believer in those phone apps, okay? But the thing is that at certain points throughout the night, they just seem to be very, very specific to some of the things that we were asking or they were trying to describe to us. Like I said, I'm not 100% believer in them, and sometimes you could class some of these as just complete coincidence, but there were just some things there which just seemed to connect, and just the words come out at the right time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm a little bit on the fence with that one myself, personally, but even still, there are some things there that you can think about, or if you can make up your mind with it.
And again, we've still got to review all the footage as well, because you know yourself, when you go back and look over it, sometimes you see things you miss.
Exactly.
And it'll be interesting to see what's there when we review the whole lot.
Yeah. Right.
I think 2 rooms stood out most for us. REM room being one of them, with the specific name which was linked in that room, was of high. I don't know where to go with this.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. That name has a massive connection to that room, and we know that.
That's it, yeah.
And it's odd that should appear.
Yeah, it's a very strange name to appear over in that room. And then 12A, I think, was one of our biggest rooms that we got the most shivers from, and the most sort of connection from.
Yeah.
The most words which linked with that room, and the sort of people that I knew was in that room. Yeah, I think all in all, I think we've got.
I think for a first investigation in here, we've got quite a lot.
Yeah.
Like you say, I'm not saying that anything we got was paranormal. There's no proof of that whatsoever. But it's certainly interesting. It makes you think, and I think further investigation is definitely required.
Yeah,
just to try it again and see if we get anything else. Do you want to say anything, Sky, for us?
Just basically the same as you guys, in that I didn't necessarily think anything was paranormal at this stage, but yeah, in general it was a good experience.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely some types of feelings in some of the rooms, feeling a bit eerie here and there. So yeah, very interesting.
I think it's odd how you're walking around, you go into a room and suddenly you get that feeling. It doesn't happen in every room.
No.
Why doesn't it happen in every room? They're all dark, scary rooms.
Yeah.
But certain room you walk into, you get that shiver goes up your spine, the hairs on your arms stand up, and there's just something about it.
That room, yeah.
Just that room, you know?
So in conclusion, for tonight, we can't say that anything happened can be determined as paranormal.
No.
But it's definitely worthy of another investigation. I think we can all agree on that one.
Yeah.
There were some very interesting things that happened tonight, whether it was feelings, vibes, connections, in certain ways. I generally think it'd be worth coming back just to try and have another go.
Well, I think we'll do that.
I reckon so too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good. I'm
Well,
going home to
that.
bed because I'm
Yeah.
very tired.
Likewise, I'm going to See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.